Good Monday morning. Let's take a look at what we've lined up for you on today's show.
Today, Dr. Dan Thompson visits with Dr. Nels Lindberg, a veterinarian and senior partner at the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, Kansas, and also a member of the internationally known Production Animal Consultation Group. They'll be discussing management practices and health programs for the ranch horse. Learn why vaccinations are number one on the list of important practices, how parasite control is accomplished, and why the preventative care of teeth and feet also rank high on that list. Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, dressing Northeast Kansas their Western best for almost 60 years.
Welcome to the show, Dr. Lindberg.
Very glad to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. This is Dr. Nels Lindberg, who is a veterinarian, Kansas State alumni.
Yes, sir.
And he is a senior partner of the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, Kansas. And he's also a member of the Production Animal Consultation Group, which is located in multiple states, mainly Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, also Australia. But this group consults feedlots, cow-calf operations, dairies, and swine operations internationally. And you also, through your practice in Great Bend, deal a lot with ranch horses and horses in general.
That's right. We do a fair amount of horse work.
Yeah, I'd say. And so today's show, we're going to talk about ranch horse health and management. And I think it's always a timely subject, and it's something we can't discuss enough. But in general, when you're walking out there to work with ranchers and their horses, what are some of your general thoughts or general ideals?
We first and foremost we consider vaccinations to be probably one of the most important things you can do with these horses for their own health and from population health, and making sure they don't spread disease to the other horses that may be stalled next to them or maybe running with them in a pasture. But we got to make sure they get their vaccinations up front, and also talk a little bit on the biosecurity of isolating those new animals as they come into those operations. Sure,
because if they're carrying something or they haven't been exposed to something that's indigenous to the herd, have an opportunity to get the antigens on board. So what are we thinking about when you have a new horse come in the operation? What are some of the things you're doing to kind of for biosecurity and quarantine?
From a vaccination standpoint, we want to make sure they've got your core vaccines, if not a few other vaccinations, but we want to make sure they've got sleeping sickness, tetanus on board. We want to make sure they've had a West Nile. We want to make sure they've had a rabies, which is very important, often overlooked in horses. And then in a multiple horse setting, we want to make sure they've got a flu rhino on board. Okay. But those are the kind of the core vaccinations we like to see in multi-horse operations.
How long will I quarantine a new horse from the herd?
Ideally, I like to see horses quarantined coming in for 2 weeks. You could even go longer. You could go shorter. I really hate to go anywhere any less than 10. You go down to 7, and you could still have some disease transmission after a horse comes in. He may not be clean by day 7 into that operation.
Well, and the other thing is it takes 7 to 14 days for antigen to be built from after vaccination.
That'd be correct, yeah, even whether it's vaccinations or natural exposure.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a great show. Glad to have you here. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Doc Talk. We're going to come back and talk more about ranch horse health and management with Dr. Nels Lindberg from Great Bend, Kansas. Stay tuned.
Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Ag AM in Kansas is brought to you in part by Kansas Pork Association, assisting producers and informing consumers.
Purple Wave is a proud supporter of the Kansas FFA through the Bid for Blue program. Purple Wave donates a portion of the proceeds earned on certain ag assets to the Kansas FFA. Winning bidders can designate a Kansas chapter to receive the donation. To date, Purple Wave is proud to have donated over $10,000. Visit purplewave.com to learn more and to place bids on Bid for Blue assets. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information. This segment is brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Stop by or visit us at sftmeats.com.
Hi there and welcome back to Doc Talk. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson here with Dr. Nels Lindberg. Dr. Lindberg is the senior partner and veterinarian for Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, Kansas. He's also a member of the Production Animal Consultation Group, which is a group that consults cattle in the United States and covers 1 out of 10 steaks that's produced here in the U.S.
A good number of them, yes, sir.
Big. But when you're herding those cows and when you're working with these ranches, one of the things that Dr. Lindberg has done extensively is equine practice out here in central Kansas. And we're talking today about ranch horse health and management. As we left, we were discussing vaccinations and biosecurity. We're going to pick that discussion up. We're going to talk about frequency and timing a year and things like that you're recommending these vaccinations.
Yeah, we typically, it's typically a spring shot regimen, and we do the full vaccinations that we talked about earlier is in the spring. And then we move into, as we get into the fall, oftentimes, especially in those multiple horse settings, we like to get that fall flu rhino into them to help boost those respiratory vaccinations in them, because that's a lot of times when they can pick up those respiratory bugs is in that fall, winter time.
Is there a difference in vaccination emphasis in that 2- and 3-year-old animal versus an animal that's, say, 7, 8, been there on the farm?
There can be, but not really. I mean, in those 2- and 3-year-olds, you just want to make sure they're well vaccinated, well immunized before they come into the setting, or as they're in it, you want to make sure you get them through their initial boosters as weanlings and coming up in age. But annual vaccinations, just like the 5, 6, 7-year-olds.
Cool. More information on vaccines available AAEP?
That'd be correct. AAEP is a great resource for really about any horse health information, but they do have vaccination protocols on the American Association of Equine Practitioners website.
Anything else on vaccinations or biosecurity?
No, I'm probably pretty good there.
Did a good job of covering it. The next topic's always huge, and we see a lot of 4-colored ads and spend a lot of money on this in ranch horses, and that's parasite control or deworming those horses. It's very important.
Yeah, it's very important. Horses, especially if they're turned out on pasture, can pick up eggs anytime, just like the bovine animal can. We've typically done the quarterly deworming has been a very popular schedule. Sometimes twice a year has been popular, but what they've really kind of been moving towards is more of a strategic deworming plan and actually doing fecal egg count checks and making sure that horse actually has parasites before we deworm them, so we can help fend off any sort of resistance issues that may be occurring that we don't see or know about.
Yeah, so if the animal doesn't have a parasite load, there's no need in giving them an anti-parasiticide.
No, we can save you money, but also hopefully not promote resistance, which, you know, actively giving dewormers routinely and often is maybe not the good thing.
Well, very important topic. We're going to take a break. When we come back from break, we'll go ahead and pick up a little bit on deworming, and then we're going to move into talking about teeth and feet.
Sounds fantastic.
Glad that you're here today. We're sure glad that you're watching Doc Talk today. We'll be back in a minute.
This is the fast track to more jobs and America's energy independence. Advanced performance is here, now. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine is a leader in food animal research and education. Our researchers are constantly expanding the knowledge of animal health and food safety. Through the Veterinary Health Center and the Kansas State Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, we provide practical services for animal producers. Home of the Beef Cattle Institute, the college is committed to animal welfare training and research. The Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, knowledge and service for the future of animal production.
Roy Fry Western Lifestyles brings the cowboy or cowgirl out in all of us. With a huge selection of must-have items, it doesn't matter if you're shopping for your horse, picking up some Western accessories to add that rustic charm to your home, or simply treating yourself. The knowledge and expertise to dress you your Western best is right here at Roy Fry Western Lifestyles, Highway 24 and Kansas Avenue in Topeka.
We've been using the Multi-Min on our donor cows, and after we started using it on them, we've seen a definite increase in grade number 1 embryos. I like the results that I get using Multi-Min with the AI conception rate.
Their minerals not up to snuff, you're going to have problems, and I definitely think Multi-Min is good for, you know, general healthiness of the cattle.
We think Multi-Min more than pays for itself.
Dr. Dan here. Whether I'm driving up and down the roads covering the state of Kansas, or I'm getting between Riley and Manhattan for my job, I'm driving a Ford truck. I'd like you to come out and visit my friends here at Dick Edwards Ford. They have a truck that'll suit your needs, whether you're looking for power with a Power Stroke diesel, or if you're looking for fuel efficiency with the new EcoBoost engine, they got a truck that's just right for you. They're located 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall in Manhattan, Kansas, and they'll bend over backwards to help you. And I'll see you down the road.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Doc Talk. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson here from the College of Veterinary Medicine at Kansas State University. I'm joined by my friend and colleague, Dr. Nels Lindberg, who's a veterinarian and the senior partner of Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, Kansas. He's also a member of the Production Animal Consultation Group that covers many cattle and dairy and swine, but you also cover a lot of horses in your practice.
Yeah, yes, we do. We like doing horse work. It's a good opportunity for us to help take care of people in Central, and really we cover horses from quite a distance away, you know, up to 3 or 4 hours away, coming into Great Bend, Kansas to have us help them with their horses.
Well, that new horse facility that you all built is fantastic.
It helps us out. It's been a tremendous addition.
Yeah, it's really nice. And so let's wrap up on deworming. And what are your thoughts on the quarterly versus twice a year and rotating dewormers? What are some of your thoughts?
I think you've got to be rotating your wormers, and you got to be careful about your rotation and making sure you're truly rotating. I've been involved in situations where they tell me they're giving product A and product B, and they're actually not a true rotation.
So the same product, just different names. So you got to make sure that the active compound that you're going from the different product.
Yeah, make sure it's just a true rotation. And if you're doing that, you know, quarterly is often recommended. I don't push that terrible hard, especially with the potential resistance factors going on out there. You know, we're talking about deworming, or excuse me, doing fecals just to see if they've got parasites first before you deworm them, and I like that approach. But other than that, then for sure twice a year. I do think quarterly sometimes might be too often.
Spring and fall? Spring and fall
for certain.
Yep. You know. Well, great information, and we always recommend that you work with your local veterinarian within your region, because every region and different horse population is different.
That's correct.
Well, let's move on to teeth. Very important. Got to have them.
You got to have them, and in horses they continually grow.
That's right.
Unlike humans.
That's right. And so when we get different wearing of teeth and they're growing, then we can get them offset, or we need to do some correction there to help those horses get along. But what are some of the general signs that maybe a horse isn't doing so well as far as its teeth, or what are you doing to check teeth if you're doing an examination on that horse?
From a sign standpoint, a clinical sign that our customers or clients might see is, you know, maybe dropping some feed, maybe carrying their head to one side. And horseback, they may be fighting you, resisting that bit a little bit if you're turning to the right or turning to the left, or if you're, you know, trying to collect them and pull them up underneath themselves. So those are some of your clinical signs. You know, when we examine them, we're looking for what we call hooks and points. And horses' teeth, they grow, if I remember right, you know, 3 millimeters up to like 7 millimeters a year. And so when they wear, their teeth are offset. And they're offset, and so when they wear, they produce what we call hooks and points. Those are the parts of the teeth that stick into their gums and cause ulcers and things like that, and make them very uncomfortable. And you've got to float them, which basically means sanding them down, taking them down back to level.
Very important for health. Very important for the nutrition and maintenance of those horses.
Extremely important. We got to take care of it. You don't want to climb on a new horse without making sure his teeth are adequately prepared for a bit and training.
Great information. When we come back, we're going to wrap up with Dr. Lindberg talking about ranch horse health and maintenance. You're watching Doc Talk, and we're sure glad you joined us. Dr. Dan here. Whether I'm driving up and down the roads covering the state of Kansas, or I'm getting between Riley and Manhattan for my job, I'm driving a Ford truck. I'd like you to come out and visit my friends here at Dick Edwards Ford. They have a truck that'll suit your needs, whether you're looking for power with a Power Stroke diesel, or if you're looking for fuel efficiency with the new EcoBoost engine, they got a truck that's just right for you. They're located 2 miles east of the Town Center Mall in Manhattan, Kansas, and they'll bend over backwards to help you. And I'll see you down the road.
Purple Wave is a proud supporter of the Kansas FFA through the Bid for Blue program. Purple Wave donates a portion of the proceeds earned on certain ag assets to the Kansas FFA. Winning bidders can designate a Kansas chapter to receive the donation. To date, Purple Wave is proud to have donated over $10,000. Visit purplewave.com to learn more and to place bids on Bid for Blue assets. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Tar Waters has what you need for all seasons for around the farm and home. Working, hunting, growing, feeding, snow removal, even fun for the kids. And a service department with experienced techs to help keep your equipment in top running condition. Tar Waters has a huge selection and the best prices. Tar Water Farm and Home, family owned and operated since 1978. They have what you need.
I'm Dennis Tebow. My wife and I, Kathy, are the owners of Wolf Creek Cattle Company. We have grown to approximately 70 bulls.
I'm Reese Arnold. I'm the livestock manager at Wolf Creek Cattle Company. You know, these are not just like normal cattle. These cattle, they're hauled anywhere from, 8 to 10 hours a day across the United States and asked to perform. Multi-Man 90 keeps them kind of level. It maintains and balances their system. The stress level is less when, when everything's right and working right, then they're working right.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, just a short drive down the Yellow Brick Road.
Hi folks, and welcome back to Doc Talk. Dr. Dan Thompson here with Dr. Nels Lindberg, who's a veterinarian and senior partner in the Animal Medical Center at Great Bend, Kansas, and a member of Production Animal Consultation. And we're talking about ranch horse health and management. And when we left, we're talking about teeth. And how often are you recommend we check these teeth or taking a look at them?
Oh, we need to look at those teeth. You know, once a year is kind of our typical recommendation, whether we actually decide to float them or not. But you need to get into their mouth, either you or your veterinarian, and get a good look in there and make sure there's nothing we don't need to take care of.
Okay, let's move from the mouth down to the ground, and let's talk about hooves and foot care, and something that's vitally important, of course, to something, performance animals like ranch horses.
That's correct. The feet are their foundation, and if there's an issue with it, they come up sore, lame, whatever it might be, and if you have a lame horse, you can't ride that horse, and we need to be able to perform for us, to do their job, whatever it might be.
Just like an athlete, no wheels, no performance.
That's right.
What are some of the more important things or more common causes of lameness in these ranch horses?
Oh, I mean, some of your basic things are sole bruises, where they may step on a rock or something and cause a bruise. That can then lead into sole abscesses or subsolar abscesses. All the way to as those horses get older, you can have some navicular issues, and that navicular bone from the repeated stress that those feet just pound on them all day, to coffin bone issues, and to some things like founder, where they may eat too much of a certain grain and founder.
Prevention's the key. Prevention's
the key. You need to be dealing with a farrier or getting those horses trimmed and or shod on a routine basis, and getting on a schedule with a farrier is very important, and it can be hard to do that. There's sometimes not enough farriers to go around, but getting on a schedule for good routine hoof care and maintenance on a horse is a must.
One of the things you said that you guys are offering now is chiropractic treatments for equine?
That's correct. Dr. Matt Fair, my partner, he takes care of the chiropractics, and it's a part of our business that has really exploded. As I tell people, you've got an 1,100-pound horse, and we ask them to run 20, 30 miles an hour, and we ask them to stop on a dime. And there's a lot of things that happen, whether it's in their legs or in their spine, but they're just a large athlete, a 1,100-pound athlete. There's a lot of torque, there's a lot of compression that's going on in that spine, and it's, they're going to have spinal issues, and going to a great chiropractor sure can help resolve some of those issues.
Well, you guys do a great job at Animal Medical Center. Really glad you took the time to be with us here on the show.
I'm very glad to be here.
Appreciate all you do for Kansas State University, and we appreciate you watching the show. If you want to know more about what we do at Kansas State University at the College of Veterinary Medicine, you can find us on the web at www.vet.ksu.edu. Remember, always work with your local practitioner. I'm Dr. Dan Thompson from Kansas State University's College of Veterinary Medicine. You've been watching Doc Talk. I'm sure glad you joined us, and I'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
We'll have lots more for you tomorrow on Ag AM in Kansas. We're here every weekday, same time, same station. Or look for us on the web at agaminkansas.com. Eric Atkinson here from K-State Research and Extension.